Hey guys, welcome to another Taurus Unlimited tutorial. Today I'm going to talk to you about the golden ratio and why it's used in logo design and design in general. Here we have the Twitter logo that was used using the golden circles, which is like a spin-off variation of golden proportions or the golden rectangle. So why would you want to use the golden ratio in your logo design? It's because these golden proportions with the circles, you can create shapes using the shape tool in Illustrator, and it makes it very easy to come up with a sketch design and then refine it in Illustrator to give it those kind of perfect proportions. And it just really even spacing in general. And it's also very pleasing to the eye to design this way just because you've seen in nature a lot as well. So we're very used to seeing these proportions in our daily lives. Okay, so to understand the golden ratio, we need to talk a little bit about the Fibonacci sequence. This is Leonardo Fibonacci. He studied numbers and patterns in numbers, and one of the things that he studied was these Fibonacci numbers. So the Fibonacci numbers are 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, and so on. And we get these numbers basically by adding the number before it. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 2 plus 3 is 5, 8 plus 5 is 13, and so on. So one of the ways that we can get this equation is if we take the number f in the sequence here, and we divide it by the number f in front of it, or the number in front of that number, we get something called phi, which is the symbol here. So phi is very close to or equal to 1.618. And some of these numbers here, I'll just cycle through these. Basically, you can see here, if we take some of the numbers in the Fibonacci sequence and we divide it by the number before it, we start getting numbers that are very close to phi. And this is the idea of using these numbers and these proportions to kind of show this pattern. So this is the golden ratio. It's basically 1 to 1.68. It's represented by the Greek letter phi. It uses the Fibonacci numbers, and basically I have a diagram here that kind of illustrates really well this equation. A divided by B is equal to A plus B divided by A. So both of those equations, A plus B divided by A and A divided by B, are both going to equal they're going to or come close to 1.168. And we can see that very well here illustrated in this picture here. So we have 34, and then the square underneath it is 21. So 34 divided by 21 is going to equal very close to 1.168. And also 21 divided by 13 is going to be very close to 1.168. So we can very closely see the correlation between these different squares. And that's why when we create this pattern, it's so proportionate and pleasing to the eye, is because it has this very consistent ratio keeping it going. And this is really infinite. You can either scale this up really, really large or very, very small, but it's always going to continue this pattern. So it's very useful in design to have this element of continuance between your different shapes and your shape language. Okay, so now that we've talked about the golden rectangle, we're going to jump over into Illustrator, and I'm going to show you how to make the golden rectangle, the golden circles, and the golden spiral so that you can use it for your logo design. And then after that, I think I'll probably have another video where I'll show you how I use the golden ratio and all of these elements to create logos. I'm going to hop over to Illustrator now, and I'll see you there. Okay, so we're over here in Illustrator. This is what we're going to create. This is the golden rectangle with the golden circles inside. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and delete this. So basically I'm just going to start with a square of 100 by 100 with the rectangle tool. Whoops. Here we go. Make sure that I drag that properly. And then we're going to take this square. We're going to duplicate it, put it on top. We're going to constrain the proportions, And let me put it on the other side so my smart guides interact with it. And we're just going to keep repeating this process where we duplicate it, stick it over here on the other side, make this larger. Now sometimes it will or will not snap. You'll find that that can happen. I just move it to the other side to get it to snap. Sometimes it wants to snap on one side, and sometimes it wants to snap on the other. That just has to do with where it is on the page and things like that. And now we'll just start adding some of our circles. You can make this however large you want. I'm just going to keep it this size. I'm going to constrain the proportions of this and click on the center by holding Shift and Alt and just drag it out using our smart guides the best we can. Very useful to use smart guides for this. There we go. Okay, so now we'll zoom in here, and now we'll start making the golden spiral. So the best way to do that is to take our shape and isolate it over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to use our direct selection tool, and we're going to select these 2 points here, or any 2 points, and just go ahead and delete them. Now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and drag it over here, right? We're going to rotate this. Let's see, we can use our direct selection tool to rotate it. I'm going to put it here, and what we're going to do is we're going to drag this out to make it fill the square, right? And we can duplicate this, turn it around. We're just going to keep doing this. We're going to keep moving it around. Going to turn it 90 degrees. We're going to place it right next to the one that we just put down. And then we're going to go ahead and make this the same size as this square. We're going to keep duplicating this over and over again until we finish. Okay, so that's how you create the golden rectangle. I hope that that was useful. You can go ahead and start applying this to your designs. I'll show you how I apply it to my designs in the next video. If you like this, go ahead and give it a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know how I'm doing. And that way I can release some better content for you guys, see what you guys are interested in learning about, and hopefully make some more videos soon. Also, before I forget, I just want to mention that I do have a link to a file in the description box so you can download this golden ratio and use it in your projects. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.